February 2nd, 1959. The northern Ural Mountains, USSR. Temperatures are dropping below minus 30 degrees Celsius. On the slope of Kholat Syakhl, translated by the indigenous Mansi people as Dead Mountain, a search party finds a tent. It is half buried in snow, but what they find inside, or rather, what they don't find, begins a mystery that has terrified the world for over 60 years. The tent was not opened from the entrance. It was slashed open from the inside. 9 experienced hikers fled into the freezing darkness, without shoes, without coats, running to their deaths. The official Soviet conclusion stated they died from an unknown compelling force. Today, we open the file on the Dyatlov Pass Incident. To understand the horror of the end, we must understand the joy of the beginning. The group consisted of 10 people, 8 men and 2 women, mostly students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Leading them was Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student known for his meticulous planning and toughness. These were not amateurs. They were grade 2 hikers with ski tour experience, aiming for grade 3, the highest certification available in the Soviet Union at the time. They took trains, trucks, and skis to get to the wilderness. Photographs recovered from their cameras show smiling faces, playful moments, and camaraderie. One member, Yuri Yudin, turned back early due to joint pain, a twist of fate that made him the sole survivor. By February 1st, the remaining 9 reached the pass. The weather worsened. Instead of losing altitude to camp in the forest, Dyatlov made a fateful decision: to camp on the exposed slope of Kholat Syakhl. Diaries recovered later show they were in high spirits, setting up the stove, writing a satirical newsletter. They were strong, prepared, and together. So, what happened in the middle of the night that caused 9 rational experts to panic so completely that they cut their way out of their only shelter? When the group failed to send a telegram by February 12th, families began to worry. Rescue operations launched on February 20th. On the 26th, the tent was found, but the bodies were scattered. The first 2, Doroshenko and Krivonishenko, were found a mile down the slope near a large cedar tree. They were dressed only in underwear, next to the remains of a small fire. The branches of the cedar were broken up to 5 meters high, suggesting one of them had climbed it, desperately looking for something, or hiding from something. Between the cedar and the tent, 3 more bodies were found: Dyatlov, Slobodin, and Kolmogorova. They died posing as if trying to crawl back to the tent. But the true nightmare was found months later, in May, when the snow melted. Deep in a ravine, buried under 4 meters of snow, the remaining 4 hikers were discovered. Unlike the others, these bodies told a violent story. Nikolai Thibault-Brignol had a fractured skull. Lyudmila Dubinina and Semyon Zolotaryov had massive chest fractures, ribs broken with a force comparable to a car crash. Yet there were no external bruises. It was internal trauma. And most chilling of all, Lyudmila Dubinina was missing her tongue and eyes. Was this scavengers or something else? The investigation was closed abruptly in May 1959. The files sent to a secret archive. This secrecy birthed dozens of theories. Theory 1: the avalanche. Modern science suggests a small slab avalanche could have buried the tent, cracking ribs and forcing them to cut their way out. In the panic and freezing wind, they suffered from paradoxical undressing, a phenomenon where hypothermia victims feel falsely hot and strip off clothes. They disoriented and died. The ravine injuries happened post-mortem or from falling into the ravine. Theory 2. Infrasound. The wind passing over the specific dome shape of Kholat-Syakhl could create infrasound, a low-frequency hum that induces panic, nausea, and terror in humans. They were literally scared to death by the wind itself. Theory 3. Military testing. Clothing on some hikers was found to contain radioactive contamination. Strange orange spheres were reported in the sky by other hikers and meteorologists that same night. Were they accidental victims of a Soviet weapon test? Parachute mines? Did they see something they weren't supposed to? The avalanche fits the physics, but not the radiation or the missing tongue. The military theory explains the secrecy but lacks hard proof. In 2020, Russian authorities officially stated an avalanche was the cause. But for many, the puzzle pieces don't fit. The radiation, the color of the bodies, the missing tongue, the sheer terror that drove experienced survivors to freeze rather than return to their tent. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains a monument to the unknown. 9 lives cut short by a force we still cannot fully name. What do you believe happened on Dead Mountain? Was it nature, man, or something else? Tell us your theory in the comments. If this story chilled you to the bone, please hit the like button and subscribe. We have more files to open. Stay safe and stay curious.